Residents of Yokosuka Naval Base gathered around the stage to see a special performance by Kristian during his tour across bases in Japan. But before the official concert even got started, the country music star visited USS McCampbell and spent some time to get to know the sailors in a more personal setting.
I'd say there are two reasons why I've been wanting to do this tour. One, my dad and my granddad were both in the armed forces. So I've always been kind of fascinated with what life must have been like for the people who were my parents, who were stationed on bases around here. And they must have fallen in love, and they were probably 23, and they decided to have a kid. So I'm curious from that angle. Also, there's just really nothing like coming to play for people who are so far away from home, and to try to bring some music and some home back to these folks who are obviously missing everything about their life. I'm honored and humbled and lucky to be able to come and perform.
Bush's performance didn't just bring joy to the audience. He also happened to make a lifelong dream come true when he invited Chief Warrant Officer Bo Walters up on stage to join the show.
Growing up, my mother was in a band, and when she was younger, she was actually a country singer. So that was one of the things that I always wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be a singer. However, I decided to join the Navy when I was 17, so that took a back seat to this job. But tonight, being on stage and being able to participate, I can't even begin to describe how it made me feel, And I think that he is a very welcoming person, very humble person. It was amazing to have him here and to treat us with his new album. It's just great.
Everyone was welcome at the free outdoor performance and walked away with the gift of Bush's personal philosophy on music.
I believe that music should do one of two things. It should either shake your hips or explode your heart. And if it's not doing one of those two things, maybe you ought to turn it off. I hope to take a bunch of military personnel and their families and maybe 3 minutes at a time, squished together to maybe an hour or so, make it a little less lonely. If you could start dancing or laughing or crying, suddenly you're doing it together. And that's what music's all about.
Petty Officer Kirk Putnam, Yokosuka Naval Base, Japan.